Happy New Year! Bring on 2021. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and found a good way to celebrate the season. So let's do something totally new to start the year. Let's go on a journey. Now, when I say journey, I mean much more than just a little trip. A journey takes you far away from where you are. It's a major adventure, a chance to discover new things. In fact, you can't help discovering lots of things. We all want that from time to time. We need that. It's a very human need. It's like a burning desire we were created with. And if it's something we were created with, it must be something God wants us to feel from time to time. So what do you say? Let's follow God's call, even if we don't know exactly where we're going or what we'll find. Oh, and a journey is usually something really long and has all kinds of challenges along the way. Let's start our journey in the desert. It's a good place to start because it gives us a real reason to get moving. Now, knowing our journey is going to be long, we'll need something more than just our legs to get there. Besides, walking in the desert is kind of difficult. Now, I bet you're thinking what I'm thinking. Let's go by camel. Great idea, right? There are plenty of camels to choose from. See? Right over there, I see two. Let's take those. Now, we'll need a guide who knows how to get around the desert. Well, what do you know? There's one right there. Hey, he's giving me an idea. We'd better wear something to cover our heads and protect ourselves from the sun. Good. So here we are, ready to go. Our guide is an expert navigator. His ancestors passed down knowledge about the stars from generation to generation. That's why we'll do a lot of traveling by night, and besides, it's a lot cooler under the stars. So, as we're going along, something strange and beautiful happens. Our guide seems spooked. He's never seen anything like this before. This star is telling us something, he says. It may be leading us something very special. Now, if you're thinking this has something to do with the star that the wise men followed, the star over Bethlehem that told them where to find the newborn king they had heard about, well, you'd be right. But wait, didn't that already happen, like last year? I mean, that all happened on Christmas, right? Well, that's why we put that in the Christmas pageant at church, right? Well, why are we talking about that now, in January of the new year? Well, actually, the wise men, you know they weren't really kings, right? Were on a journey that began when they saw the mysterious, important, bright star. It took them a long time to actually get to Bethlehem, following yonder star. In fact, some people who know a lot about history in the time of Jesus think it took the wise men 2 years because they came from so far away. But when we celebrate the event, we boil it down to 12 days. The 12 days of Christmas. Starting with Christmas Day, December 25th, the 12 days of Christmas are celebrated by Christians as the season called Christmastide. And the season ends on January 6th, which we Christians call Epiphany. I like the sound of that word. It has to do with discovery and revelation. So, what did the wise men discover? What was revealed to them? What was their epiphany? Well, we can imagine they were pretty surprised because they were expecting to find a newborn king, probably expecting some kind of palace with all kinds of servants. But no, they found just a very humble, simple scene. Now, remember, if it did take them 2 years to get to Jesus, Jesus would not still have been lying in the manger in the stable where he was born. The Bible actually says the wise men were led to a house where Jesus and his parents were. Now, because we know about Jesus' birth, we know that he was not born into a rich and powerful family. We can certainly imagine that it was not a palace. What the wise men discovered is what we are reminded of every year at Christmastide. This king we call Jesus was a very different sort of king. He was humble, not only as a person, but in the way he lived. He grew up to be totally giving. And along the way, before he was arrested by the authorities who saw him as a threat to the order of things because he had such a huge following, some of his disciples figured out that Jesus as a person was God's way of coming down to earth, literally, to be with us, to teach us, to help us, and to lead us. So, Merry Christmas, or should I say, Merry Christmastide, and Happy New Year. May you have many epiphanies.